we are creative, we have brain, we have innovation within us, and that makes us different. Try and try till you succeed. Be loving, be kind, not give physical thing, but be there for your children, emotionally, mentally, and physically also. By not providing physical things, but be there for your children. Give them time. Science connects everything to your inner self to the exterior world altogether.
Minds are like parachutes. They only function when they are open. Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Seema Chhoriya, and I welcome you all to another insightful session on great principles. Joining me in conversation is my very open minded, very thoughtful educator of the day, Dr. Nikita Kothari. She is principal of Arunodaya Public School, Thane West. Welcome to Great Principles, ma'am. I'm really honored to have you with me.
Thank you so much. Namaste, Sasriyakal, Shabakir, whatever, it's a wonderful day today. Wishing you a very great day. Yes. And I'm happy and delighted to be here on this show with Seema ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and we are privileged to have you too. So let us begin by knowing a little more about you. So, I would like to know from you a little about the young Nikita, how she envisioned her journey, how did she enter the education domain, and what keeps her going in here.
The young Nikita is still young at heart, even going with 50. And I always believe that myself as small, young Nikita Buddha. I call myself and I keep that alive in myself. When I was very young, I was very tiny. I was the first benchers always, and I was insignificant. Sima ma'am, no one would notice me. I was very tiny. I was always the when you stand in height wise, and no one would notice me in my school. My friends they tell me, Nikita, we are so proud of you that now you are working as a principal and people are recognizing you. But believe me, I had the tiniest of confidence earlier. I wouldn't speak. I was shy. I was an introvert. And I couldn't speak up my mind then. But later on with journey, when I completed my graduation, my teachers helped me to build up and boost up my confidence. I still am very thankful to my teachers then in SSC. I did my SSC from IES King George Vashi. We had our teachers as Suvarna ma'am. She was a social studies teacher. Bhatia miss. I would like to uh, be very thankful. I'm grateful to them. They have made me this what I am. My parents. In graduation, I graduated from Swami Vivekanand College, and Fadnis ma'am, Shantini ma'am, they are still in touch with me. They feel so proud of me whenever I get some awards, and it is there on social media. She keeps on pinging me up in my personal WhatsApp number also. I'm very, very thankful to them. Slowly and gradually, I developed this confidence. I worked on myself. Even now, I'm doing a course from IIT Kharagpur with the online session. It is this COVID has brought up some very good things. The earlier me, if you see, and the now me, there is a vast difference. I have worked on myself. I am very passionate about whatever I am doing. I always wanted to be here, uh, giving my country back, serving my country back in whatever tiniest way I could. And this is a journey of around 28 years. I started my career as a pre primary teacher with St. Lawrence schools. Then I gradually, after being a if assistant teacher, then I became a coordinator at Presidency School. I'm very thankful to the management there. I worked as a coordinator, then I worked as a vice principal and administrator at Mahapragya Public School. Then I got an opportunity to work with Narayana E Techno. There I worked as a former principal at Kalyan branch, and currently I'm working with Arunodaya Public School, which is based in Thane. And since 4 years, I'm here the principal. I'm very thankful to the management. This is my long journey. So whoever out there are listening to me, I would like to give one motivational proverb, that is try and try till you succeed. And This, believe me, has a lot of power. I never thought that this insignificant, tiny, small Nikita would become something like so. I never consider myself large or huge. I always believe that I'm a small person and very humble, very kind. Whatever I had in my capacities, I would like to give out to the world, to my students, to my teachers, to all the society members as a community. So this is my journey.
Wow. Ma'am, your journey is an inspiration to many and especially to all the students out there that there is nothing which can hold you back. If you decide, then yes, you can conquer the whole world. Size doesn't matter. What matters is showing up at the right place at the right time, even if you're not wanted there. Because that is when you gain the confidence to be present and to share your thought process. And that is very much important. Do hell with what the world thinks. It is you who are going to shape yourself. And I really love the point where you mentioned that your teachers were a great support in motivating you, in helping you to reach to your best. So teachers have this beautiful charm and they always try to do the best. And I'm very grateful to all the teachers out there. Keep on doing this wonderful work and help our children also to fight their battles. You truly inspire each one of us. So, ma'am, moving ahead to your beautiful story and now coming back to know some fun facts from you. So, we have reached to the very interesting segment of the show. This is called Rapid Fire Round. So, here I'll be putting you questions which you need to answer me in one word or a sentence would do. Okay. So, here goes my very first question to you. What is Dr. Nikita doing when she is not at school?
I am playing, I am dancing. I am going to gym, I'm doing yoga, I go on nature walks. I am very fond of nature. I go hiking. I love to go around the world. I have visited 28 countries. I am a person who loves to do all kind of silly things. I joke, I be with my friends.
So, a person who is actually alive, in one word, if I have to put this up. So, yes, that is what keeps the life going, right? Life is too short for dull and boring stuff. So, moving ahead to my next question. If you were to direct a movie, what would be the title of the movie?
I would say my love for students,
My love
my
for students.
memories as
Interesting.
student life, memories of student life. I was a little bit naughty. I used to eat tiffin during the teaching periods. I was very naughty. Malik sir knows me very well, so I would write about that and inspire my
Okay.
students to be a better citizen.
Okay, wonderful. Moving ahead to my next question. Who are your favorite students of the class? The first benchers or the last benchers?
I love the student class. I feel all students are special. They are unique and they are extraordinary. I would not discriminate them. First benches or last benches. They are all lovable. They are very sweet, and their age is what the situations. I love all the students.
Certainly, that was the answer even I was expecting because a leader cannot discriminate in any of their pupils. Moving ahead to my next question. If you were granted a wish, what would you wish for yourself?
I would not wish anything for myself. I would wish peace for the world. I would wish that Ukraine and Russia war is over. I would wish that China would really think that this world, uh, there shouldn't be any power struggle. I wish for peace and happiness and harmony for all. That
Wow,
will ultimately
beautiful
come to
thoughts.
me.
Yeah, what you give come back to you. That's the beautiful theory, and it also practically works. So, moving ahead to my next question. What were your favorite subjects as a student in K 12?
I loved science. I loved social studies. These are my science connects everything to your inner self to the exterior world altogether. I love science.
If you were not an educator, what you would have been?
I see there are different roles I play. I would have always been an economist then.
Wow, a person who loves science and social studies want to be an economist. That's something, very different combination. All right,
Yes,
moving
I
ahead to
would.
my next question. Moving ahead to my next question, a piece of advice for our millennial parents to bring up confident children.
There are lots of advices which I want to start a YouTube channel for parents. I know this is you have told me to be very short in this, but let me tell you, my community people, they keep on asking me, Nikita, how have you raised your children? Nowadays parents don't have patience. They preach and preach, but when it comes to action, they do not act accordingly, and that's the reason our children are hyperactive, impatient. I've done child psychology in child basically. The parents want their children to be the parents, they want their extended unfulfilled dreams to be levied on the children. They don't realize that children are different entity altogether. Though you have given birth to your child, but she is a different person altogether. They have their own ideas, they have their own mindset. You cannot levy your thoughts, your conduct on them, and you should do this. So my advice to the parents is be loving, be kind, not give physical thing, but be there for your children, emotionally, mentally, and physically also. By not providing physical things, but be there for your children. Give them time.
Absolutely. Time is the biggest investment that you will do today for your children, and you see it will come back when you need them the most. So, beautiful thoughts again. There are a lot of things to learn from you, ma'am. Just coming up to the last question in this segment, what would be your recipe of an ideal school? What would be the ingredients, to be more clear, for having an ideal school?
See, we all have seen Three Idiots, and we have seen how the school over there Amir Khan had built, Wong, Wangchuk. And yes, this is true. Numeracy, literacy, then we should be proud that we are Indians, that nation comes first. With that, all the skills required, prerequisite skills, cognitive development, and a school should be with experiential learning. The children should love coming to school. The children should not be burdened with giving examination and giving tests. He should be happy. The child should have problem solving attitude, rather than because what happens is nowadays we are doing rote learning, and then we have a standard paper, and that paper test the child has to write. So we cannot judge the children, that each and every child is unique. A snail can nicely slide, and a tortoise walks slowly, but you cannot judge all the animals. A cheetah can run so fast, but you cannot judge all the animals just on a pen and paper. So a school has to come out what is best for children, holistic development, a good citizen, a good global citizen. You have to be aware of your climatic changes, and that we need to instill in our students. We as educators have to bring this transformation in students, in parents, in community. So this is what I believe in.
Wow, this truly looks like an ideal school. Wonderful. It was great to know you in this segment now. Now we have reached to the last question of the show, which is our expert talk question. So, ma'am, we were just talking about COVID, and you were telling that how things were changing, and how that everyone has learned something new. So, education actually came on a standstill. That COVID suddenly striking in, we were all lost at how learning will continue. But then each of us rose and find out the new avenues, and then came another era of post-COVID period. Still, whether we agree or not, there are children those who are struggling. Then NEP is coming up, and people are wondering how to reboot the school with the in the context of NEP. How about inculcating more of ICT? So, let me understand your thoughts in this, how we can make the learnings from this COVID era more fruitful so that our children are at par with all upcoming challenges in the future.
Yes, this is my favorite topic, Seema ma'am. We as educators, we as innovators, there is something always creative inside us, and that is what makes us different. See, we have born from an era of ape-like creature. We have evolved ourselves. In general, mankind, if you see, it's a species, and if you see, there are millions of species around. But why man is different? Because we are creative. We have brain. We have innovation within us, and that makes us different. So earlier there was an era called before Christ, after Christ. But the COVID has changed everything. We say now that we are pre-COVID and post-COVID. Pre-COVID, where children would normally come to school with bags and the normal things. But post-COVID, we all evolved as warriors, the teacher fraternity, the educator fraternity, because we learned. Earlier, our teachers were not aware of. We had ICT, we had smart class, we had started in 2006, 2006 onward full fledgedly. If you see the tutorials or if you see the schools, we all have smart boards where we would teach our students, where involving all six senses like audio, visual, and then we would take different activities. Earlier COVID, now post COVID, they were not aware of Zoom, they were not aware of Google Meet, they were not aware of different Microsoft like your studio also. But now we are using it. We are connecting with educators all around the globe. Who knew? See, during the COVID period, we still kept our school on. We learned so many things during the COVID time. Our teachers, we would take meetings, and we went for field trip, we went for online picnics, we showed different parts of the world, we went to different forts, which pre-COVID time we would definitely go on field visit, but we would visit only one place. Here we saw the entire world in the picnic. We saw the different histories, what American Revolution was, what German Revolution was, how it happened. And literally the students are so much connected to it now. So this is post-COVID period. Our teachers learned how to make, they were making PPTs and all, but we would definitely take help of our ICT teacher or a computer teacher instead. But now the teachers know how to use, how to present and how to do it. And a step ahead, I'll tell you, this COVID period, I spoke to so many people. I came across Anna Robertsky. She is the she communicated with me. She's a Ukraine. She stays in Ukraine, and that was during the COVID times when I met her, and she told me, "Ma'am, why don't you host this talk show for us?" So I connected with different principals out here in Mumbai, Maharashtra, India. Currently, I am the district head for IPA also. I am also ambassador of Swiss education. I'm also doing many things at one side, but this is all because of COVID, which happened because I was so keen on learning. I was always keen on developing myself. Why not? Let's talk, let's understand, because we are not born with innate abilities, but we learn from others, we talk to each other, and that I don't know, somehow communicating, talking, learning from other things. We are not perfect, but we can learn from others. And that was the time where I met so many people from Dubai. We had webinars daily. I tell you, first I used to go to online school. I used to talk to all my students. Then after 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock, I had the entire webinars. My husband, see, we have 4 rooms away. My kids would sit in one place. My husband would sit in one place, and I would take my session. No, I want this net facility. I'm going to sit here. This is where I would sit all the time. And 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock, my kids and my husband would say, "Mama, you are most busiest person." So that was the time, interacting with so many people. And then when we meet physically now, recently we had a program in Delhi. Recently we also had a program in various different places, Chandigarh, where I met all the principals, and they are telling, "Nikita, ma'am, it's so nice to see you physically." So that vibrant energy, which I don't know, somehow I feel so excited when I'm talking about this also, because yes, this small tiny things also inspire me a lot, and I feel that yes, we have one small life. We keep on fighting, we could keep on brooding. No, I have consciously decided myself, no, I'm not going to do. I'm going to meet people, I'm going to spread smile, I'm going to spread my thinking, and I hope that this thought process also changes some person. The teeniest part of if it changes, it's my life is worth it. So this is pre-COVID and post-COVID. What post-COVID is that we are now well versed with ICT. And what NEP has come up after 2020, we have to inculcate in it. So, this pre-COVID and post-COVID is what I feel. See, you should always see, कुछ भी होता है ना अच्छे के लिए होता है. हमारे माँ बाप ने यही बोला, जो होता है ना yes, COVID was dangerous. Yes, we have lost our near and dear ones. I have lost my cousin brother in it. We have lost so many people. My dear friend Darshana, we have lost. But this COVID, if I see, I'm connecting to you, Seema ma'am. And like that, I've connected with so many numerous people. And I'm thankful to that. I feel so happy when I meet different educators all around the globe and sharing my thoughts, sharing their thoughts. So these are my thoughts about COVID and pre-COVID and post-COVID.
Absolutely, ma'am. I love the thought process of yours that the COVID actually introduced us to the so-called technology which was always in our life, but we were not using it judicially to enhance the learning experience. So technology is always the toolbox in the hand of educators who, if used optimally, has wonderful opportunities. And in this COVID era, when we all were globally, interacting virtually, we realized that we all are globally interconnected. The world is very small and can fit in the small screen also. Are we willing to? So, children also loved so much, and everyone was so much exposed to the learning of different kind of cultures, and it was altogether a wonderful experience. And in fact, even my show, Great Principle, was conceived in this COVID era. And just because I am connecting you through the studio platform through which I can stream online, I can connect globally. Otherwise, interviewing so many people in such a short span wouldn't have been possible. And yes, the learning experience, and you understand how the same person who is in my situation handling his or her task, that learning experience is altogether different because that person is experiencing it. He's telling through his or her personal, he gives that personal touch to that experience, and everything is written, but when a person speaks, you connect with heart. So, this is the beauty of technology, and I'm sure it's going to stay, and our children are going to be benefited at large with this. So thank you so much, Nikita ma'am. Today, it was a very inspiring session wherein we learn that there is nothing that can stop us. If we have decided, then we are here to just climb. We are not only, just there to climb the mountains. We climb so that the world can see us that, oh, she's there. So, this is the power that you have given us today. I thoroughly enjoyed the conversation. There is so much that I learned from you, and I'm sure my viewers are going to benefit at large. Thank you so much for your time with us.
Thank you, Vasudeva Kutumbakam. I believe that we all are connected. Thank you so much, Seema ma'am. God bless you. It was a wonderful session.